Hey YouTube people, it's time to look at another series of LED light bulbs. This particular one is a corn husk style BangGood LED intense white 13 watt 263 LED style bulb that BangGood was kind enough to send over for me to review. We're going to take a look at this bulb. We're going to look at it compared to some of the standard brands that are available today, and compare it against standard incandescent light bulbs and a standard compact fluorescent, and see how it stands up. Okay, so we're looking at the 13 watt 263 LED bulb from BangGood, and this is the packaging, simple packaging, and we'll take a look inside. I was interested in reviewing this particular bulb because it has a non-standard design. Pull that out of the box for you. So nothing else in the box, but it has a 263 LED design, supposed to have 1300 lumens. As you can see, this guy's covered in LEDs. One thing I'm noticing is those LEDs shift slightly, which hopefully isn't a big deal at all. But it is quite a large bulb, although depending on, here's it compared to a standard 60 watt, so it is quite a bit taller. You might have some clearance issues in certain devices, but let's see how it compares. Okay, so this light is actually pretty interesting. I don't know what the reasoning behind this is, but it's only pulling 9 watts and has almost 1,000 lumens, or well, 1,000 lux coming off of it, which is actually very competitive with the with both the Cree and the Philips L Prize bulb. Obviously, you have to put up with a non-standard shape, but it's actually, I mean, it is a very vivid light, kind of like the Cree. The Cree's kind of a cooler color. This is cool as well. You can actually see an interference pattern on the camera because of the light. It's actually very bright and piercing to look straight into that bulb. So this bulb is almost performing better than rated. I mean, the lux isn't quite up there, but it is 4 watts under the power consumption that it was rated for, which was better than the other BangGood bulb that I looked at, which underperformed. Most bulbs don't put off this kind of light. Most LED bulbs don't put off this kind of light. So that's good. It's also important to note that a lot of the tests that we did in this video measuring the lux of light is that lux is not lumens. There's no real good way for me to be able to measure lumens other than doing what I did in this review, showing images of the light output, taking lux readings, but that really shows some of the intensity of the bulb, not necessarily the actual lumens being outputted. That's an important distinction to make as we're measuring these types of things. I'm going to be showing you some different comparisons of the color profile of a few different bulbs. Here's a standard incandescent bulb. Note the pretty generic color. This is the CFL, a little harsher, more yellow color. The Philips L Prize bulb has really good color here compared to the incandescent. Here's the Cree Daylight bulb. It's a little bit brighter, but it's supposed to be still good, nice color. This is the BangGood Glow bulb, not the one we're reviewing today. It's quite dim. And here's the corncob bulb. You can see the high intensity LEDs without any filtering ends up being a pretty harsh light. It's very stark and very harsh and unnatural type light. Doesn't even feel like a daylight type bulb. It feels
a little bit artificial.
BangGood 13-watt LED bulb. Dim cycle. This is the completely off state. On state. Oh, some strange flashing coming from that. Dimming down. Almost no variation at all as it dims. This is probably more of an on-off type bulb than anything. But yeah, dim appears to be completely broken on this bulb. So where does that leave us? This particular bulb, pros, actually puts out a decent amount of light. Probably not quite as much as is rated, but pretty close. The cons on this bulb are that it does not dim well. The light intensity is quite harsh. However, it does perform better than expected in power consumption. So all in all, if you look at the price on this, it's $9.62 on BangGood's website. It's, you know, if you just want an on-off bulb that puts out a decent amount of light and you don't have any size constraints due to the weird shape, you know, it might be a pretty cheap bulb to pick up. But all in all, it can't receive an overall general recommendation as an everyday bulb replacement. Thanks for watching, and we'll have more light bulb reviews soon.